What
not a
does that?
Hampstead kid.
What does that mean? Yeah, born and raised, but I guess not.
Take it from the Finksburg kid. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Bird kids knows best about Hampstead.
I wanted so bad to be a Hampstead kid in middle school.
Yeah, but like Finksburg's got the big chilling grill.
That's valid.
Oh, the DQ Chilling Grill. Hell yeah! All right, we should be live.
Big.
So that's our pre-stream talk about the DQ Grill and Chill.
It's basically a Dairy Queen.
I believe I'm streaming this properly. Yeah. Okay. So let me pop out this live chat just in case. Pow and kapow. Okay. Berg, you want to talk about your game? What was the game plan?
Oh, hell. Okay. So game plan was get Clefable up with some screens, and then get Garchomp in at the end. Well, let me rephrase that. So, as you see there's a level 1 Pikachu, and I was waiting for a notification from Cordell saying, "What the hell is that?" and it never showed up. So, kind of just figured he didn't see that. Plan was Clefable out, get some screens up, get Clefable back off the court, maybe go into Pikachu, have a little fun. But I had to keep Clefable alive and healthy so that I could get a second set of screens up so that Garchomp could come in at the end and hopefully sweep. And as you'll see, kind of worked, but unfortunately Pikachu never got in, and neither did Scizor.
Well, this should be a warning to everybody in the league that there is no rule that you have to be level 100. You can bring any level you would like, and you could bring a level 1 Pikachu with Endeavor and Quick Attack if you so pleased.
Yeah, read the Leaf Blade here pretty well, I think. But I was also expecting him to
Mega.
But the knockoff wasn't too big of a deal and that was just in case he went something physically attacking, but wasn't a big deal with Meloetta.
Yeah, screens make basically any move unpunished.
Yeah, so then I realized that turn that when I switched into Clefable that my light screen or reflect was about to go down, so really good option of switching Clefable back in there. Got both screens back up, and then here comes Chompy with the SD, and then it kind of goes from there. Oh, also I had loaded dice on, so.
Yeah, so, like, I think if I'm Cordell and I'm analyzing the team, and I see screens Clefable, I'm like, okay, this is set up Scizor and Chomp, like 100%. And the spike would have been nice if it wasn't on the switch. Like, if you had to set up another screen, but in that turn you were setting up your second, so like going for the hazard at that point was just kind of like, it wasn't over aggressive, it just wasn't making progress. Because like Garchomp was so free to come in and not have to take anything. And then Intimidate on Gyarados would have been massive this week, especially switching into like Mega Scizor or Garchomp pre-Mega. I do get the idea where if you come in and get a Moxie boost on like EQ into Volk or, you know, obviously a level 1 Pikachu, you can get a pretty quick attack boost and then steamroll from there. But yeah, this was like screens are up, danger zone. Kind of have to make the plays that aren't going to let this thing happen.
Yeah, there was a moment, and we're coming up to it in a second here. So, in Skill Shot, I was looking at it. Skill Shot was killing everything with 4 hits at this point, except for there's one of them I can't remember. Yeah, so one for the Fire Fang.
Yeah, was +2
a bullet punch.
Was +2 EQ not killing at 82%? I'm assuming
on
that's why.
Scizor, no.
Yeah,
Scizor,
okay.
no. No. So I went for the Fire Fang just in case he tried to just bullet punch there. Then it also occurred to me that I still had reflect up.
What's up?
Because I think you do it right here.
Yeah.
Oh,
right
it's with
there.
scanning.
Yeah, did
so
70.
then it kills, yeah. I did check the calc though. I put Scissor up at max attack adamant, and unless he crit, it was only going to do a max of 94%. So
Nice.
wasn't too worried, even with the 4-time defense, the
The
0.4
drop 4,
defense,
yeah.
and without the reflect. So I was worried, of course, that there was going to be a crit, but thankfully I still had my entire lineup ready to go.
Right, yeah, like at that point, nothing, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot that Cordell was going to be able to do to the rest of the team.
No,
Like,
and as
especially
we-
full health Scissor and Volcanion
Yeah.
still sitting there at 83.
And for the people that watched our fake game at the beginning, we did a battle of the scissors. We realized that we went in speed tied, which was fun, but my mega scissor would have ended up winning that battle if we weren't speed tied. And if he didn't SD up to 4 times or max attack. But regardless, it would have been scissor. my
That was the
scissor
game that actually
winning.
mattered.
Yeah.
All right,
Hindsight, we should not have SD'd to the max. We should have just gone blow for blow.
gonna keep this rolling because it's freaking 9:50. We got
Sorry.
Nathan and Unbench the Hench, aka MJC, aka Forgot My Password to My Main.
Fire.
Yeah, Nate, you want to talk a little bit about just like some theory going into the game? I'll show the lead.
I mean, I enjoyed like spending a decent amount of time prepping for this, but then like went to kind of like a place where I was like just wanting it to feel like I had good sort of switch-ins for like I don't know, I was really worried about like Nido Queen and like Unburden Hitmonlee and whatever other guy he didn't bring.
Right, yeah, he didn't end up bringing Make a Beedrill.
That's right. Yeah, I was worried about his like fast guys basically. And I don't know. Yeah, just having the protect set on Gliscor felt good in mocks. Getting a couple hazards up felt also good, and then I was really stoked when I like kind of like saw how the Heatran Choppleberry was working out, and then like the Steel Roller popped off. Like I was really hoping, which was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so the turn 1 protect here.
Or just was super solid this week too.
Absolutely. Yeah, AV
Arf
Forge.
Starmie was hitting. I didn't even have to bring in Valiant. Like Iron Valiant was ready to play, but like didn't need to.
We love those games.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moonblast doing 93 is ridiculous. This is also a pretty big chunk because I believe it was banded Bramble
I
Gas.
was really not expecting Bramble Gas, so I was kind of just like, all right, well, we'll just send it.
Right.
But yeah, Gliscor was like not really worried about like most of the things that he was gonna hit it with.
And the Scarf Starmie
He was
pulling off the rapid
mirror
spin.
type. Yeah, the spin was good. The sticky web would have been annoying to play around.
That's diabolical.
Yeah, I feel like I was just like really calm and like just clicking really like safe defensive switches the whole time, and like just had like made my guys bulky enough that it felt good.
And MJC did make it a little scary where things did get significantly chipped. Like,
Mhm.
you know, Gliscor down here now. Lorgis is only at 33. Where if there was a world where the Choppleberry got procced on Heatran, you know, potentially, and then obviously the Unburdened goes on Hawlucha, it gets really, really spicy.
Yeah, I feel like I can't remember how we came back from Hawlucha in the mocks, because we played with White Herb where we didn't even have to worry about terrain proccing it. But,
Yeah, and that's a good like self mock, making it really hard on yourself, where you're not going to bank on the Steel Roller happening. But this obviously worked out fantastic. It was Psychic Seed, so like at this point, Starmie just won.
yeah, probably
Like-
didn't need to put up rocks there, but it's all good.
Contingency plan, I guess.
Yeah.
Little chip.
And then yeah, Starmie was fast enough; it didn't matter. Para,
Skillful para.
irrelevant. Yeah, kind of irrelevant, but
If it was a Lumberry Hawlucha, to get the unburden off on that turn. That would
Yeah,
have been
no kidding.
insane, but
We prep for those.
yeah,
What is
that's
nuts?
ridiculous.
The reverse sweep off the Lumberry para.
And Cordell in chat saying Nathan played this game so well. It was very, very, very clean. Like, really not a ton of notes. I mean, the only thing I could have said is like possibly sacking like Florges to Honchkrow to let Valiant come in and get a hit, and that way you can save like an extra 40 or whatever % on Gliscor as like a backup plan. But like you were just foot on the gas the entire time and basically suffocated Nathan or MJC to not be able to do anything. So yeah, like
It sort
it
of
was
reminded
awesome.
me of thanks. Yeah, it sort of reminded me of the way I felt playing against Dodge in our playoff game at the end of last season, where I just like he had to forfeit because timer like went to max, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
I don't feel like I was like really doing anything that crazy, but I was just like clicking fast because I just felt like really decisive and calm, and that was a refreshing feeling because usually I'm just like losing my mind at game time.
And I was saying this about Don earlier this week. Don is undefeated, but he hasn't made any plays this season that's like, holy crap, like he's on a different level. What he does is he just builds so efficiently and has so many middle ground plays throughout a game that you never have to do anything ridiculous because you have this foundation to fall back on in the game, and every game is just in full control because of the prep. And this game felt very similar to that, where it was like, I have a plan for every mon, even though I didn't even expect half of them.
Yeah, well, I guess like I thought Honchkrow was cool, but I was really not worried about Bramble at all.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, well done. Let's see, keep this moving. Okay, yeah, so this was my master plan to prove that Wug Trio deserves a roster spot. It was Focus Sash with Pain Split to be able to take 50% from something, or maybe more than 50% if they had a high HP stat. It was also pretty nice in setting up for Dragapult with Memento, because it was faster than everything. So I could just drop a Memento and then go into Pult and like DD and try to win. Pult was like, it just had an insane matchup between Ghost and Dragon moves into Tavi's team, and then having Clear Body for like this double Intimidate core to basically not waste my setup. So that was very freeing in building, and I kind of just got to play off the cuff and do some Dr. Zaius action here with my slacking. Yeah, the boy gets Ice Beam. Toxic was unfortunate. I don't think it really ended up mattering in the end. I went for Rock Slide there in case Tavi was getting a little saucy and wanted to go into Charizard. Gotta catch the misplays. Good switch into Metagross there. Terra Fairy Vaporeon basically walls Walking Wake, especially physical Walking Wake, because it only really has Dragon and Water moves. And so I essentially had a double immunity to anything it wanted to go to. I don't remember what the plays were. I think it was just a bunch of neutral stuff. Like, Play Rough was fine, because if Metagross came in, I could just always go to Moltres. Charizard's in, and then this one was more just a swag pick. I clicked Morning Sun to get that fat bong rip of sunlight.
The juice.
I was like, this is gonna taste so good.
Can I ask why you didn't go Flame Body?
I probably forgot.
Ah, okay. Thought it was like some stat or
tech. Yeah,
it was
yeah.
it was definitely supposed to be Flame Body. But yeah, that was a free Giga Impact at that point, because like Metagross is taking chip. I'm doing probably like 25-ish to it with that. Yeah, and with Moltres being so healthy, I'm not worried about it like trying to set up or whatever. I did, in the back of my mind, I was worried about agility weakness policy Metagross, That was a little bit spicy, especially with rocks up because I didn't have like Sashwog Trio, and I can't with Clear Body. I can't memento it. So basically, the plan was to never click a super effective move into it until that super effective move was like guaranteed to kill. Volbeat. I did not prep for the infestation. However, I did prep for Volbeat. I know
that's a spicy pick.
That sounds insane, but I was very, very confident that Volbeat with Encore was coming this week. And yeah, so I just went for the Flamethrower to get a little chip, because now I know at +1 Dragapult's going to kill this, and at +1 it should kill everything else. I'm not really worried about Scrafty. Yeah, nice little 70% here. Live the knock. That was the mental herb for the Encore Volbeat. And then yeah, finally get to show off a little Phantom Force goofing. Yeah, thankfully Metagross doesn't have Bullet Punch 2 to pick me up, but at this point, you know, like Slacking's at 70, Mawil's at 53. He's probably in Sucker Punch range too. But yeah, no, you don't bring the Volbeat to the Volbeat Master game. Other than that, like Pult being so good on paper was like really freeing in the team builder, and it kind of just let me do whatever I wanted in the game. That's pretty rare. Like I definitely, unfortunately, don't have that sort of matchup in a demo this week where I can just like not think about anything. Where is Graham's game? Graham tie. There we go. Do that one next. All right, gentlemen. What were the thoughts?
You know, as always, just kind of like cheesy stuff. I had Togekiss set up to one-shot Mega Metacham if it was like a standard 1-to-1 with Choice Scarf. And then just regular old Teleon, and I did have Switcheroo on Obstagoon for just some spooky stuff, but we see pretty early on it does not happen like that.
Yeah, Ty, what was the inspiration for the trick boom?
So I was really struggling for a lead because I was worried about Zard just leading and setting up, but I was also worried about Inteleon leading. And I was having a hard time finding something that worked for both, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for the scarf or the sash Blacephalon. I was like, worst case scenario, I'll just explode and chip something down to put it in range. I was not expecting the lead that did happen. So it worked out. But yeah, I basically just needed Shadow Ball and Flamethrower and figured I could use Trick or Explosion to disrupt somehow, and it turns out that's all it really ended up doing. But yeah.
Yeah, we get to see it right off lead here.
Well, I didn't want to stay Slowking because I had spooky stuff on that, but it was gonna die from Shadow Ball maybe. So
yeah.
Yeah, I figured you weren't staying on the Shadow Ball. I could have clicked Flamethrower twice, but I was worried about the Scarf Obstagoon as well. So Trick felt pretty safe.
I also forgot about Bullet Punch.
Yeah, that was a really,
Feels
really
bad.
crucial bring on Ty's end. Because, like,
Yeah,
honestly,
gets me later
like,
too.
you don't even, like, Bullet Punch doesn't do anything to the rest of the team. So if I'm Ty, I'm definitely debating clicking T-Punch again. Right? It's like, okay, it could be Scarf Togue, but, like, T-Punch is so free into everything other than Iron Treads. Like,
yeah,
and if Iron Treads come in, okay, sure.
Yeah,
like, I'm just gonna HK
Close to
or
that.
CC or HKK. But yeah, the Bullet Punch bring was the perfect thing for Scarf Toge.
Freaking Trick Room again.
we throw a little Trick Room. Nature's
Yeah.
Madness Miss was huge. I didn't really know what to do in front of this.
I didn't know what to do in front of it either.
Okay, perfect. Goon's kind of like worthless at this point without Flame Orb, so honestly, I kind of thought Heavy Slam would do a lot more. I guess I should have just done Iron Head. since you ran it kind of bulky and before. And then I thought in my head, I was like, energy ball is not going to kill me. As I looked
that was
up,
a roll. It was a roll.
and then I forgot about. I knew it was going to be ground. I was like, because I clicked ice spinner,
Mm-hmm.
and then I didn't think about that. And then the focus sash is huge too.
Yeah, that would have gotten a little spooky, especially
Yeah.
with a snipe shot crit.
Yeah,
And
so
it
Rhydon's
fit.
job was to always
Yeah.
come in on Zard, assuming it was going to come in on a D-dance, and then hope I hit my
I was praying for the
finish.
miss, honestly.
Yeah. It was a good call not doing it right away.
This was calc. This is all calc.
This was
is so
amazing.
calc. This is so calc.
Live
I
the
mean, this was the plan
burn.
from the beginning, but
It's very cool.
I couldn't leave it in. And honestly, we sweep without bullet punch.
If
We're
you had
done. Yeah.
if you had slack off as your fourth,
Oh man.
like you get up and then I mean you have to do a lot of weird stuff to get Trick Room back up to not.
I think
have
it
to
was
take
Ice Beam.
Yeah, I think so. But to not have to take a Thunder Punch from Metachamp, because like that's just not going to matter.
Oh yeah, Trick Room was going to be up there.
But yeah, like the bullet punch coming in real clutch.
Yeah, it was a fun game.
Close.
Yeah, down to the wire. I mean, technically, this is the spiciest set we've seen this season, the Trick Explosion Blacephalon. But the weakness policy Trick Room Slowking actually has put in work.
It did a lot of work, and like under the right circumstance, I could have cleaned up the rest of the game pretty easily.
Right. I mean, like in Berg's game, it was okay. Yeah, Chomp Spawn of the Week. Spoiler, sorry guys.
Let's go.
Yeah, I did everything. So
I've missed 1 week so far.
Shocker. But yeah, nothing else has been like spicy. You know?
Yeah.
Like Tommy did bring a cool team. He's got double scarf here.
Ooh, this is the first time I'm watching it.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
I know
this
what
is a good
happens, but that's it.
Yeah, massive burn
This
right
was
off the
a really
rip.
good game. So much status.
Yeah, the most dishonest game I've ever seen Don play, honestly.
Yeah, this was crazy. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The
This was my
sleep
favorite
pattern
one to
is
watch
wild.
this
Turn wake up.
The turn 2 wake up is crazy too.
And then Heel Bell Toge doesn't care about the burn. Okay, we'll get rid of that. And we get T-waved.
This is just so brutal, yeah. It's so funny to watch that happen.
Tommy made a good double there.
Mm-hmm.
Another burn. Okay, Tom. Now Creamy comes in.
We get the
Aromatherapy!
Yeah. They both off the healing moves, which is sick.
Actually, crazy.
Don was saying, like,
And
once
then
he saw
you can-
aromatherapy on Al Creamy, he was just like, well, my whole game plan's gone now.
Just he had T-Wave on like 4 different Pokemon.
And then gets like the 65% flinch / para.
Milk.
And time we get the rocks up. Looking good. T-Wave plus double Iron Band. Yep, you don't attack through that ever. And then
Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, go ahead.
yeah, like I don't know if Tommy was just expecting it to not have EQ because he has a Tapu Bulu on his team, but obviously he gets high horsepower, so it was able to have ground coverage for the steel type. Unfortunate, because Jirachi looked pretty decent this game.
I wonder why he didn't bring in Arcanine to revenge on the Melmetal. Was it not doing enough?
Probably not, because it's like
It's so bulky on
143, 143.
defense. Yeah.
What a ridiculous stat spread. Also, that was Melmetal's first kill this season.
It's really funny.
Huge go, but huge close.
Yeah, huge but not huge enough. Tommy went for the CC here, which seemed aggressive. Because like Stab Flare Blitz pretty much did the same thing. It has close combat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so much damage.
What are his Terra types on Tauros?
Ghost, Dark, and Normal.
Normal. Rocks are putting in a healthy amount of chip.
Tommy put in all this
Well, except for
work
this.
just for Rest Swampert to come in, and that was basically it at that point. Yeah. Tough looks. If it wasn't Rest on Swampert, there was definitely a huge chance that Arcanine just won the game. But Tommy was very prepared for Swampert, hence the energy ball there.
Choice lock, so
So Tom needs the crit, gets the crit, but doesn't survive. Needed the burn to override the sleep on that turn from Flare Blitz.
Yeah, that was a super exciting game. I really liked watching that one.
Yeah, that early game with all that status, I was like, this is going to be one of the worst games of the season. And then it ended up being a very good game.
I think every single one of Tommy's mons was statused at some point. Maybe not Arcanine.
Everything other than Arcanine, yeah. Oh, that was tough. But yeah, no, that was a really, that might be game of the week. That was fantastic.
So,
yeah, for sure.
Second, third that.
All right, cool. Unanimous game of the week.
Oh, we have a Mon of the Week contender in here too. By
We
the way.
absolutely do.
No, we don't.
Yo,
We don't.
Joe's nicknames were killing me. Because he did like half the team just like brain rot names, and then he did like fucking Naruto names.
Huge burn onto the Mega
huge
Chomp.
burn.
Wow.
That's good chip.
The burn
A
and
lot
the
of
attack,
damage.
dude.
Crazy.
It's good chip. You're going to want those 12% in the end game. And we got Electric Terrain boosted Raging Bolt coming in. Go crazy, son.
Ouch.
God, it's so much.
Yeah, not bad.
I love the back-to-back-to-back volt switches. And another volt
So
switch.
many.
Listen, I've been preaching this all season. Do not think. Just play with momentum.
Was the Coco specs? Do we know?
I mean, with that non-electric terrain damage into Rotom Heat, I have to guess it was.
That's what I'm assuming.
I think this was another week of E playing with like just standard Smogon sets and not prepping a ton.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, I think he did say he only did like 5 minutes.
Big damage. But it's Terra Fairy. Ooh, spooky.
Look at him. You can tell it was gonna be Terra Fairy the whole time.
Exactly. Another status. We love to see it.
Doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
Oof.
God.
Quick still wins.
Freaking ramen guy.
Yep, he playing to his outs here. Now, if it was Terra Steel, I don't know if it lives that, but
Yeah, I think that's probably the issue.
so, but I mean, if it was Terra Ice, then it doesn't. It definitely doesn't.
Also,
live.
the burn there, still big. On the guard
Yeah.
count.
It
Yeah,
was a really cool Draco from the mid game, by the way. I forgot to mention that.
and I think Articuno only got paralyzed once.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, hit it on the physical side. It didn't even go for stored power, which is insane. I don't know. I don't know if Joe was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get it in sword form" or not, but like that was outrageous.
Yeah, Dracovish in the back.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I mean it was definitely
Yeah.
over still, but like
It was funny.
It was Jover.
the flex of seeing the freezing glare animation to end the game. Gotta see that one more time. You never see freezing glare out here. I wonder if that minus
looks
Spadef
good.
actually
That's a-
made it live. or
Cool
made it
looking
die.
attack.
But yeah, I mean Articuno is definitely maybe I add like a tab into it.
Runner up
HM.
I mean, because they did the same thing.
Yeah.
or like honorable mention.
Was that all the games?
No, there's
Oh, there's
Yeah,
one more.
Dodge
Uno
got a game
mas.
coming too.
Dodge
Well,
and
yeah, I know.
yeah, they're going to be
Yeah,
playing
these guys.
this weekend, but yes, we finally have Tan playing against a team that doesn't thrive in weather.
Man, I loved this. The Ferrothorn was just popping off. Just
Yes.
taking all the hits, dealing all the freaking contact damage.
And it's like such a free lead too, because even if Nexus led Victini, you always have Pelipper. And sure, Nexus could go for like the Bolt Strike and be really
I thought-
aggressive.
I thought this was my other kind of candidate for game of the week, but I do think the one against the one between Don and Tommy was a little more interesting.
Can we just take a second and
That's
appreciate
a crazy pop bomb.
Mousehold
Yeah,
missing
one.
pop bomb
Is-
into Rocky
Is it
Helmet
wide lens?
every time it plays it? Let me check.
That seems important because that's a 99% miss or 1% miss.
Yep, it
Oh
was
my
a.
God, it
Oh,
is.
It got
my
the 1%
God.
miss to
Wow.
survive.
Heat of the week.
After one hit. That's crazy.
That might be
That's
Mon
so
of the
funny.
week. Just
That's wild.
the calculated miss after one hit, and that doesn't even. If I'm Nexus, I'm like, okay, well, it's probably not. It's definitely not protective pads, but it's almost certainly not wide lens because no way he's missing a 99% move into me.
I would call that heat of the week.
That's what I'm saying.
That's probably fair because nothing else was too spicy.
So far, there is one game.
Yeah, but that won't be part of the
Let's see.
stream.
True.
If Demo or
You're
Dodge
saying they're
pull something
ineligible?
off, that would be eligible for next week's Heat of the Week.
Yeah, that's a.
Gotcha.
He's playing a double header.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna play on like Monday or Tuesday just to give him some time.
Yeah, I'm playing Demo on Monday, it looks like. We're trying to get it in tomorrow, but like I'm too busy this weekend and Demo's probably not gonna be ready.
The leftovers and leech seed recovery was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Little blurb.
And Pharaoh doesn't have like a super high HP stat either. It's
Yeah.
decent when you max it out, but like you really get a nice value out of that leech seed.
Mhm.
Being slower than Kamala means you can just spam leech seed over and over again. Let's see, what is iron defense plus body press probably. The classic. Nexus loves his rock polish Deancey. I mean, we all do, but tanked.
Spooky on.
It was a good encore.
Yeah, free Pharaoh, and then I don't know if it would have been. I guess I would have had to count the rain turns, but I could have considered sacking Pelipper there and then going into bundle and then just trying to win the game with bundle.
Switches, no attacks.
And another.
I love the patience though. They're both just like doing the thing.
And we're back.
How many switches in a row was that?
So fucking many.
Possibly 6.
Another rapid spin is cool. Kamala was getting them.
But what?
At what cost?
right back to it.
Yeah.
And I think it was, at No, it was a little bit later. It was definitely Nexus just like conceding the game, but it is a good thing to point out that if you have a Mon that's going to die to rocks and you have another Mon on your team and it's a free switch in, either from like a U-turn or a Mon just died, don't just sack the thing to rocks. You know, like use that. You go into the other thing, and then if it's a bad matchup for it, then you can sack the thing. Like Victini's here. Get some chip. Oh, that's good damage.
Bah.
Don't matter. But it really don't matter because Ferrothorn doesn't care. I think it was here. It's like, okay, that was just full conceding the game. You could have just gone Gardevoir instead. Because that didn't burn a turn of rain or anything. Like that there was no value in that. And then Scarf Urshifu. GG.
Yeah, no bundle at all.
Yeah. Yeah, that had to feel good for Ton, because I'd imagine if I was running a rain team and I played my first 4 weeks of the season against teams that all are very decent into rain, I'd be like, wow, I made a massive mistake drafting. And then you finally get a matchup here in week 5 where it's like, oh, they don't appreciate, like, Ogerpon's good into rain, but outside of that, this team hates rain. And we kind of see that being reflected of Ferrothorn just never dying. And Mousehole just being the best family on earth, missing pop bombs like that. That was so impressive. And here are the standings. Obviously, Demo and Dodge have not played yet. So we get some team is going to be 3-2, another's going to be 2-3. Do anything else? I think it's just still reflecting that Scarlet is nice with it.
For now.
Even though we all played within our divisions this week. Doesn't actually change a ton. For now. Yeah. We can talk all this smack and then playoffs come around and Violet's going to win the championship and it's going to be like, well,
Exactly.
it didn't actually matter. But we we have 2 megas because of the Venusaur sweep. Actually, no, I didn't even realize that
down there.
All these guys were doing okay down here.
Yeah.
Well, how about this boy? Dr. Zaius.
Unprecedented.
The 2-pointer coming to 3 games and getting 2 kills in each one. I'm telling everybody, prep for slacking. Be my guest. Put protect on something that doesn't normally put protect. Make my day.
I kind of just love that Clefable has been sitting there with 6 kills and hasn't gotten a single kill since week 1.
I don't think Clefable's clicked an attacking move since week 1.
You're probably right.
I might have to fact check that in like week 2, but I am almost certain it has not clicked an attack since week 1.
Haven't needed it.
Haven't needed it. Yeah,
Hey man, Articuno made it into the top 10 with only being on there for 1 game. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Garchomp up there with, well, Garchomp's been 5 games. Never mind.
Yeah, I was thinking the same about Arcanine Hisui too, getting the good game in the very first appearance.
Absolutely. Just barely sneaking into there. Yeah, I need to this is like the break point of the season. I need to pick a Pokemon to feed kills so I can get on top of that leaderboard. I have to commit to something.
Inteleon hasn't gotten a kill in like 3 weeks, so.
And can you go to my team real quick? I want to see, has Scissor gotten a kill?
Scissor has 0 kills. It has only died twice though.
Nice.
So
I love it.
Putting in work.
It's okay. Mega Charizard also has 0 kills.
Hey, when you bring
know,
Tornadus, good things happen. Is all I'm seeing.
I'm also gonna just keep Carcole on the sidelines the entire fucking season.
Nah, he's got to be brought once.
There's going to be a week where Carcole makes sense.
Carcole's good.
Yeah, it's like actually legit.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one of the best 5th tiers.
I don't know, man. But Tornadus needs to maybe come out again.
Yeah, like
We'll see.
that the motto when you played Nathan was you don't have defense. Like that works a lot of the I mean, we saw with Joe in season 4, like his team did not have like an ounce of a backbone of switches, and Joe was leading the league for most of the season.
It's true.
Sometimes
Good
you
point.
just have to overwhelm your opponent.
I mean, to be fair, I only won against Nathan because of a really lucky para.
Oh, the
We
confusion.
count.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
count for those.
Confusion, yeah.
We count.
By all means, Nathan won that.
I think it was a roll always. It's all good. Good game. Losing by 3 feels correct when you lose on a roll.
Yeah. Yeah, it's never like just 1, 2.
Like my game versus Nexus, like I ended up winning 4-0, but none of my mons were really going to be able to stand up to Victini in the end if I like didn't. I mean, I had Mawile, which could sucker punch through it, but like if there was some sort of like T-wave shenanigans or whatever, it could have gotten hairy really quickly. Like there's plenty of games where the differential doesn't totally paint the picture of how nail biting it was. But yeah, that's that'll be it for the stream. So if you caught it live, appreciate that. I know Cordell was in chat.
Did you finalize superlatives?
And Joe was in chat. Cool. I have not completely finalized them. I was gonna make the Mon of the week. I think it still has to be Garchomp.
Garchomp, let's go.
I think so.
Was good.
Go me, Garchomp.
Heat of the week is probably going to be just like a wide lens picture.
I feel like game of the week has to be Don and Tommy, but I feel like I also want to give Don some credit because his team looked good.
I was actually thinking Ton might be team of the week.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So Tommy is the Shibuya. Where are you at? Shibuya. There we go. Team of the week. Yeah, I think the spicy goldfish takes that one.
Yeah, they looked awesome.
It was just so comfortable. This is Garchomp, but it's also Articuno. Just, I unfortunately like.
Oh boy.
I demo made it how I would have made it, where you just make the column really wide instead of like merging cells between like multiple columns. But if demo did merge between them, I would have split this. But we can't do that. And yeah,
Hey, I'm just happy to see myself on there 4 to the 5 weeks so far.
I mean, is there more heat of the week? It's either it's Slowking or Mousehold, in my opinion.
I mean, I just like gotta give myself a shout out for like Steel Roller, Choppleberry.
Steel Roller,
yeah, that's true.
That you bring up a great point.
It was cool. We talked about it so early.
Both Choppleberry again.
Actually, because both procced.
Oh.
And Ton is already team of the week. Yeah, that looks clean.
Thanks, King.
That looks great.
Yes.
I couldn't agree more.
Let's go.
Snake in my way into the superlatives.
Hey, sometimes you gotta speak up.
Yep.
That's that's good with me. No alibis.
I like it.
Cool. Well, thanks for everybody watching. Joe and Cordell typing in chat. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, I'll catch you in the Discord.